Joining us now is Anthony Zuiker. If you're an American, you have seen Anthony Zuiker's work. He is the creator and a producer on all 22 CSI programs. I guess there are 3. Is that right, Anthony?
Yes, sir. There are 3: Vegas, Miami, and New York.
Seen by more than 73 million people a week. And in a world where the producers of the wonderful program Mad Men are thrilled that they're increasing their numbers to like 2.5 million people per week, you should get an idea of just how influential CSI is. More than 73 million people a week. That's around the world, right? So,
yes, sir, around the world.
But right now, Anthony has just released his second Digi novel, which is a phrase that I suspect will work its way into the lexicon more and more. Second in a trilogy. This is Dark Prophecy. The first one was Level 26. Anthony, what is a Digi novel?
Well, thank you for having me on the program. Appreciate it very much. A Digi novel basically is something I created a couple of years ago with the philosophy of incorporating the best in publishing, motion pictures, and social community wrapped into one experience. When we launched Level 26 Dark Origins last year, September of 2009, there was basically 2 experiences. One, you could read the book cover to cover in a traditional experience, and it reads like any great, James Patterson type, Stephen King type novel. But what makes it a Digi novel is this: for every 25 pages that you read, you have the option to log into a website, level26.com, enter a code word, and it unlocks a piece of motion picture footage which will bridge you from one chapter to another. So it's kind of like getting a motion picture inside every book. And last year we launched the Level 26, which really is, there's 25 levels of evil on the evil scale as you measure a barometer for serial killers. So that's the hook of Level 26. We have a forensic-proof killer named Squeagle, who is a villain inside the book, being chased by our hero, Steve Dark, who works in special circumstances, which is the world's worst crimes division out of Quantico, Virginia.
So the idea being, you read the book, and then there's a visual component to it. That's a remarkably good idea. So you're literally sort of writing the book, and then you're casting. I assume you have an actor play.
We are, absolutely. It's kind of fun because people are like, usually you write a book and then you go see the movie afterwards. It's very strict philosophy of myself to make sure that we allow the reader to have a traditional experience and let your imagination create the characters inside your head without ever logging in. But if you opt to log in and have a more interactive experience, that you're going to see actors like Michael Ironside, Justine Bateman, Bill Duke, Daniel Moran, Glenn Morshaw, people you've seen on television and major motion pictures, actually act as the characters in scenes I've written and directed inside the book.
So you read 25 pages. How long is the scene you'll get then when you enter?
Anywhere from 3 to 9 minutes. I believe for Level 26 Dark Origins, that was about 3 to 5. That was 20 out-of-context motion picture scenes. But for Dark Prophecy, which launched last Thursday, we've flipped the format a bit, and we've shot a 1-hour motion picture cut up into 10 different segments.
And you've got, you mentioned Michael Ironside, Justine Bateman, and Bill Duke. You've got some real veteran actors who, again, you've seen on television often and also in film. And interestingly, I love the sort of the marketing idea that you tied it to the CSI episode on the day before, which is, of course, brilliant and I suppose not unexpected.
That was quite fun. I knew that. Well, where it all came from is this. Law enforcement, when we first launched CSI, October 6th of 2000, they were very upset in the first couple of seasons that we would, if you will, not give advice, but show visually how some criminals would take advantage of getting away with crimes, a la wearing latex gloves, wearing booties on crime scenes, shaving hair, that type of thing. So my reaction to that was, well, that could be looked up on the internet, but if you want to blame me for it, let me go ahead and just decide to create a forensic-proof killer that's wearing a full latex bodysuit, a la the Gimp in Pulp Fiction, as a character in Level 26 Dark Origins. The end of that book, the cliffhanger is they find a black latex suit in Rome, and on the CSI episode last Thursday, Black Squeagle, if you will, appeared as a forensic-proof killer trying to be chased by our CSI team. And when that episode ends, the story continues in the book Dark Prophecy, which launched on the same day, which was October 14th.
You know, this is the level 26 idea is innovative and has a real chance, it may already have, of sort of broken through. Yet CSI, you've repeated it twice. It to some it will seem incredibly successful. That's undeniable. But like Law and Order, it's a little formulaic. You found something that worked, and the network found something that worked, and they want more of it. And yet now here you've gone and really sort of creatively left the reservation, and I mean that in a complimentary way. Was that something that struck you as something you wanted to do? Does CSI even feel formulaic to you, or?
Well, indeed. You know, we do have a very ironclad formula in terms of a procedural one-hour drama. It's very formulaic in its execution in terms of science and forensics driving the action to catch a killer, and our cast of characters bring peace of mind to the survivors on the worst day of their lives. In the diginovel experience, I wanted to take publishing and flip it on its ear and try something different by adding a visual component to that, and also a social community that when the book was over with, there was a destination for our fans to connect with one another, share some mythology, and become fans well beyond the book. So when you think about getting a $17 hardback with a one-hour motion picture at $250,000 and a progressive social community, level26.com, all for one price point, it feels like there's a value to the price point in that, and an incentive to have direct access to the creator of CSI all in one experience, and we've done that pretty successfully. And looking forward to, in a couple of weeks, launching the most prolific, I believe, book app of this generation is Dark Prophecy on the iPad, which launches in November.
Real quickly, do you think, in 30 seconds or less, do you think this kind of publishing will get more kids to read, which would be a huge
I think
upside?
so, because visual components, interactive style, color, music, auditory cues, collecting evidence, all the fun things in the book, no matter how much you want to consume, is available to you. Or if you just want to get back to traditional, you read the book cover to cover like you've been doing for the past 1,000 years.
Does David Caruso, the star of CSI Miami, Anthony, know how many people make fun of him, and does he care?
I don't think he knows people's negative opinions about him, and if he did, I don't think he'd care.
I don't so much necessarily think they're negative. I just mean they make fun of him. So because it's I
don't
even think of it as negative.
Too, and he doesn't care.
All right, that I presumed that he definitely didn't care, and I definitely don't think it's all negative. I just think it's amusing, and that means he's certainly penetrated people's consciousness.
Right.
Anthony, the book already out, but just out, the diginovel. Sorry, not a book. 1/3 a book, and 1/3 film, and then social involved in the social community. Is really a totally new way of thinking about publishing. It's Dark Prophecy, the second in the trilogy. Anthony, good luck with it. I don't think you need it, but thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Again, that was Anthony Zuiker, and his book, The Diginovel, is Dark Prophecy.